Namaskaram. Thank you, Ravali ma'am. So, in continuation to the yesterday's session, wherein we have been discussing about the three gunas and the tripuras, the three forts, then how is it relevant to us? What are we trying to do? We are trying for self-realization. That is, we are trying to get a meaning of our life. And to understand life, Nachiketa has sought to understand about death. He went to Lord Yama and he was requesting him for knowledge on death. We all know the 5 sheets or the 5 layers surrounding the Atman. Ravli ma'am, can I request you for that? Yeah. The 5-layer doctrine we have been discussing. The outermost layer is the physical layer or the Annamaya Kosha. Yeah, the other one would do, ma. That which is, yeah, this is good. This is the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. The Pranamaya Kosha, where the vital life force is there as a layer. And the Manomaya Kosha, the mind, again, which has many parts of it. Manas, Chittam, Ahankaram, etc. And the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the intellect. Anandamaya Kosha is full of bliss. Now here, what happens when we die? That is the point which I wanted to stress on to start with. You see, this Annamaya Kosha forms the gross body. We have been discussing that there are 3 bodies, the gross body, and there is a subtle body, and there is a causal body. The subtle body, in the subtle body, there is this Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. These 3 layers together, they form the subtle body. Okay. The only Annamaya Kosha is the gross body. Pranamaya, Manomaya, and Vijnanamaya. These 3 layers together, they form the subtle body. And the Anandamaya Kosha forms the causal body. So now what happens when we die, right? The magic is played by the Pranamaya Kosha that snaps. And the Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. These 3 together, that means the subtle body leaves the gross body behind. The subtle body together with the causal body. That means only the gross body is left behind. And that is why they perform the Dahana Samskaras to the body which is left behind. It means that the soul or the Atman which is enveloped by the causal body and the subtle body, these leave the gross body behind. And that is the reason why Lord Yama says that the Atman is eternal. There is no death for the Atman. So the Atman together with the causal body and the subtle body. I shall repeat it again. Annamaya Kosha is the physical body alone, the gross body, which we can see. The Pranamaya, Manomaya, and Vijnanamaya, these 3 together, they form the subtle body. And the Anandamaya Kosha is the causal body. So when death happens, the Atman leaves the body. The Atman leaves the body together with this causal body and the subtle body, right? Leaving behind only the gross body. Only the gross body is left behind. And therefore, this Atman, if needed, if it has to undergo any further experiences, will look for another body and come back to this loka or the higher lokas. That again is a different direction, different area where we have to learn. So Lord Yama has explained to little Nachiketa that there is not death, that the Atman is eternal, and This travels further upward. This travels further upward based on the merit the soul has, the merit the Atman has. So it leaves behind the gross body only. So the Pranamaya Kosha, the vital life force which is there in the Pranamaya Kosha, will just snap this Atman out of the gross body when death happens. And Guru Garu in this connection, he says that one must not be kicked out of the body. So when we don't understand death, we can never understand life. When we understand that death is only for the gross body and the soul remains, then we will happily leave this body, just like we change our costumes. Just as we change our costumes, we leave this body and go. Guru Garu says that one must not be kicked out of the body. That is why most people suffer. As they try to leave the body, they cannot, because they are attached to this gross body and other things. So the Atman suffers a lot to leave the body. As Guru Garu says, we have to walk out of the body and not be kicked out of the body. So this is the explanation of death to start with. There are much deeper things that we must be learning that Lord Yama has explained to Nachiketa. When we understand death, it is easy for us to understand the meaning of life. So that is the reason why we are studying this wonderful Upanishad, which has, Upanishads always have a beautiful way of explaining things in a very simple manner. That is the reason why we are studying this. We are trying to understand this Kathopanishad. This is about death. And then the Tripuras, we were studying about the Tripuras. Ma'am, can I request you for the Om slide? The Om, just the Om. So we were, that's okay. So we were studying the Tripuras, the three forts. And there is a scripture called Tripura Rahasyam, which has been explained by Dattatreya, Lord Dattatreya himself to Parashurama. Tripura Rahasyam is the name of the scripture. Tripuras, as we have seen, are the three forts. And we all have been practicing, we have been spending about 1 hour in practice and a little lesser for this theory part. It is because it's only the practice. Guru Garu says that it is not necessary for you all to know all these intricacies. It's enough that you chant it or you listen to the chant which is coming. So this is the Omkara, which we all know about it. And we will be decoding this Omkara today, as explained in the Tripura Rahasyam and other texts. See, Rahasyam is a mystery or a secret, right? I was also referring to Ganapati Adharva Sirsham, where Ganapati is referred to as Gunatrayatitaha, Kalatrayatitaha. Then Sariratraya, you are beyond all these three bodies. You are beyond the three gunas. You are beyond time is what he is referred to. And then comes Avastatrayatitaha is another thing they will be praising him as. Avastatrayatitaha. Avastha is a state. It is a state. Avastha is a state. There are three avasthas. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. We were also referring to the Tripuras, right? Three forts. This is the lower fort. This is the middle fort. And this is the topmost fort, right? Omkaram has a secret code. Everything is embedded in this. And I can see the Tripura Rahasyam being embedded in this Omkara itself. So let us see each part separately. This Omkaram has 5 parts, if you can observe. See, I lost a little paint here. I'm sorry for that. This has to be the solid black. So this is one part. This bottommost part is one part. This is the middle. This is the lower foot. This is the middle foot we were referring to. The Brahma Grandhi Vibhedini and Vishnu Grandhi. And we were talking about the Rudra Grandhi, which are the blocks, right? This Omkaram has 5 parts together. This is the bottommost foot. This is the middle foot we were referring to. And this is the top foot between, this top portion above the Anahata Chakra, between the Ajna and Anahata is the top foot or the Pura. And between Anahata and Swadhisthana is the middle foot. And below the Swadhisthana is the lower foot. And there is a small curve like this here. And there is a dot on the top. The dot is like a flame. So we will be discussing about these 5 parts. If you can see, the bottom part is very big. It is huge, relatively. It is because majority of human beings will be operating from this region. They will be operating, or the Atman will be, relating to the world through this bottom portion. See, that is the reason why the bottom portion is bigger when compared to the top or any other things, other parts of Omkara. And you see, this tail-like thing is looking outward, right? It is looking outward. So this bottom portion of Omkara, it symbolizes the Jagrat state. That means we are in a wakeful state. This, you see, presently we are wakeful. This avastha or this state is termed as avastha. This state of mind is called the Jagrat avastha. This bottom portion represents the Jagrat avastha, where we are wakeful. We are wakeful. And here, if you can see, this is turned outward. When a person or when the Atman is operating through the gateway of senses, that is why this is showing outward, in an outward direction. When the Atman is operating through the senses which are turned in an outward direction, they say we are in a Jagrat avastha. And most people, they operate through this foot or through this Pura. And then comes the Swapna avastha. This portion represents the Swapna avastha. You see, this is curved inward, right? When that can be, in our colloquial terms, we can say that this is a dream state. This is a dream state. This curve, this is the middle foot, we can say. This represents the middle foot. This is a state between this one and this one, the middle portion we are talking about. So this is the Swapna avastha, they say, the dream state. We all would have had some dreams, right? In this state, the consciousness of the individual is turned inwards. That is, the mind is trying to look at the world which is behind this physical eyes. There is a world behind this physical eyes, right? So it is trying to experience that. These are all different states of experiences. So when a person is operating with the energies between the Swadhisthana and the Anahata, then the person will be in a dream state, right? We were also referring to the gunas, where tamasic guna is the lowermost portion and the quality of thought, the quality of dream would be Rajasic. It would be intense here. In the dream state, it would be Rajasic. It would be very active. The brain would be very active. It would be trying to comprehend the world behind the eyes. That means that which has been captured by us and retained. So this is the dream state. It is a state between the unconscious and the conscious. This is the unconscious and this is the conscious. The wakeful state, we know what is happening. We are conscious of things happening around us and we are trying to comprehend various things with our senses. So this is a conscious state and this represents the unconscious state. That means the Atman is operating at this level, above the Anahata region, between the Ajna region. And this is called the unconscious mind, unconscious state. So this is the Jagrat Avastha, the wakeful state. This is the Swapna Avastha, the dream state. This is called the Sushupti state, right? And how does this Atman relate or how does it function? Here, it is a deep sleep state where you are not at all conscious. You don't know what is happening. That happens to us during our sleep state as well. And for us to understand, so this wonderful analogy has been given. So it is a state where there are no desires. That is why they say, rise above the desire. It means that we have to rise above the senses, above the desires, and reach a state. This is the top pura, the top fort, where there are no desires. There are no dreams. So I think I'm clear with this. So when a person is operating, when I say a person, it is the Atman who is operating through various layers which are enveloped around the Atman. So this is the conscious state. This is the unconscious state. And a state between the deep unconscious state and the conscious state is the sleep, is the desire, the dream state. So this is Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, conscious, dream state, and unconscious. So all this explanation relates to one drop of an ocean. Just imagine the whole ocean as the supreme consciousness. There is everywhere. See, we are enveloped by the supreme consciousness. I request you for the slide, retention of the slide for some more time. So there is this.
Yeah. Give me a second. Somehow the annotation that you're pointing at, we couldn't see which part of home.
So do I stop here?
No, ma'am. I got a better picture. I'll just share. 1 second.
Okay. So the self-realization means we have to rise above operating through the senses or operating through the desires and reach a state where the gunas are all sattvic. We have also seen the 3 gunas, right? When we reach the top portion of the Om or the top fourth. Yeah, this is good. This is also good. Yeah. So here we reach a better state of mind where we operate from our wisdom. The gunas are all sattvic. But we were also discussing that one has to rise even above the sattva guna. Here the gunas are all tamasic. Here the gunas are rajasic. Here the gunas are sattvic. We have to rise above all the 3 gunas to experience the divine consciousness. And this is a separating layer This is a separating layer, which is called Maya. This Maya or illusion, because we have to cleanse our karma. So we take this human form or any form to cleanse our karma. And so there should be a separation from the divine. So if you understand divine and when you become one with it, there is no body. That is why many sages and saints, they leave the body at a very early age because they have very little karma left. They come finished, or it could be to take us a little forward. The purpose of the life could be to enhance our understanding, to create a direction for us. So that is why most of the saints, they take a birth again, they come here, they stay for a very little time and then leave again. So this illusion, unless there is an illusion, you will not become one with this body or body-mind complex. This is like a three-storied building, three-storied body with a mind in it. So we can call it as a body-mind complex. So we tend to identify ourselves with the body-mind complex only because we are under a spell. There is some illusion which attaches us to the external world, which prevents us from traveling inward. That is it. This curve represents the Maya. And there is a state of consciousness where you are not conscious, you are not unconscious, you are not in neither of these states, neither of these three states, which is pure bliss. That is the reason why we are trying not to talk after Omkaram. Because this Omkaram, listening to this Omkaram, will take us to a Turiya Avastha. This is called these three states I've been telling you. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. There is a fourth state, or the ultimate state, where most of the saints and sages, they stay like that for thousands of years. That is a very blissful state, where we experience the purest and the divine consciousness. And this is the silence stage, which we have to experience after finishing the Omkaram session, right? So with this, I stop here. As Ravali ma'am was explaining, has presented this slide. This is a beautiful one. Mandukya Upanishad explains everything about Omkara. Tripura Rahasyam explains about these three states. There's so much of literature available, and Guru Garu bless us with the essence of it. Thank you. I hand over the session to Parameshwaran sir if there are no questions.
Masters, any questions, please raise your hand. I'll just unmute. Yeah, I just took the liberty to put a new pic, ma'am, because as you're pointing, I think people were not able to see which part of Om you were pointing. So
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted no text, right? That is the reason why I picked up only Omkaram.
yeah.
Because people will be busy reading what is there on
the text. Got you.
So I have purposely removed the text from there. Okay. So that I wanted 100% of their attention. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Ravali ma'am. Over to Parameshwaran sir.
Namaste, friends. Jagra Swapna Sushuptinam Sakshibhutyai Namo Namah. Narayanam Padma Bhavam Vasishtam Shaktinja Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahandam Govinda Yogendra Madhasya Shishyam Sri Shankaracharya Madhasya Padma Padam Cha Hasta Malakam Cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanyan Asmad Gurum Sandadamanatosmi. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. This is the salutations to the Guru Parambara. The first day when we started, I explained, starting from Narayana and up to the Guru Shankaracharya, his 4 disciples. From there, we got now what Rajalakshmi is talking about her guru, like that everybody, all our gurus are connected to their Guru Parampara. That is how the ancient wisdom has come to us. It is continuing. This is why we call as our system as Sanatana Dharma. This is not a religion, what you are talking about. Beyond. Okay. This is the real spirituality. There is no conversion to any religion here, just way of life and with the knowledge. So our aim here is to attain that beyond Jagra Swapna Sushupti. That is why in meditation we say beyond that is witness, Sakshi Buddhi Namo. She is that. So when you are devoting to the Divine Mother, you say she is that. Or if you are meditating on Shiva, he is that. That's how there is no difference. That's why that Brahman attaining that. And see, one more point I would like to say: Jagradavastha, Swapnavastha, Sushuddhi. So in deep sleep, there is no dreams. Dreams are needed actually. People, some say, oh, I'm always getting sleep. I mean, in sleep, dreams, etc. It's good, but not always. Of course, that depends on our day-to-day, daily activity. There is a link, but there is no connection in dream one to another. Whereas in Jagrada Avastha, we know we are able to. But then also mind goes to a reverie, daydreaming, we are doing it. So that is why when we meditate, that daydreaming comes down. The achievers, business people, etc., what they talk about, dream, big. I'm not talking about that, but always coming. So the Swapnavastha, and there also we are in a way dreaming. So we have to really come to the Jagrada Avastha. Then only we'll enjoy that state fully. So either here or there. And when we are immediately go to dreams, there are certain periods, there is a cycle every 3 hours, you know. In sleep also. So deep sleep when you get, so some people need only lesser sleep. Say I sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, sufficient. Most of you may be knowing. Why? Because you are getting deep sleep for one full cycle or longer time. Then we don't feel tired, etc. next day morning. Otherwise, what happens? One day, 1 hour, if you are late to go to bed, then next day morning, everything goes haywire for many people. Why? Because of all these states. So there is a practical application. It's not a Upanishad theory what you are talking about. Just for that purpose, I am connecting. So how you live the day matters very much. So that's what I said. Whenever thoughts wander, whatever you are doing, bring back to that how. Awareness to one thought, Om, 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 Om. That is sufficient. You see how the wandering mind can be anchored. It helps. And it is a relative state. See, and Shankaracharya said, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. So that's what she talked about Maya. Mithya means Maya, illusion. Is it so? The world itself is illusion. Oh, okay. Then I can do anything. This itself like a cinema. Not exactly. It's a relatively. See, when you are in wakeful state, we say the dream state is like an illusion. It is not true. But there also, in that state, that is true. It is happening. But when you go beyond that, when you are going to deep sleep, mind is controlled and it is sleeping. Bija state. The consciousness is still there. So when we get up in the morning, now I said today, I got up very early. But I feel, I had a good sleep, though less hours. So who is this I telling? I had a good sleep. There is an experiencer. That is that consciousness. So once you understand all this, we can enjoy our life in the real sense. They are all practical. That's why contemplating these sessions, we cannot simply take a book and keep on reading like a novel for hundreds of pages. Some people are good at such things, but what is the use? That is why. So live in awareness. That is very important. And when You are sleeping. If you observe another person, if you are dreaming, your eyelids will be moving. That's called REM sleep. Even psychologists will say it is needed rapid eye movement. It will be moving when you are dreaming. So these are all you should observe. So it is also needed, but Simha Swapna should not come. That will come because of, before going to bed, we'll watch all horror movies or, rock music or watching news. If any news channel, if you see and go to bed, you will have only bad dreams. That is why we are all wishing sweet dreams, sweet dreams. People say, how dream can be sweet? If you live the life sweetly in the morning, whole day, that's all. So, yama niyamas you have to practice. That is like foundation for our, as Patanjali says, okay? And we'll, before going for pranayama, 1 minute I'll take. From the day we started, I've been telling about some mudras. So Pancha Prana, you all know now. 5 elements, you know. I'll repeat for the newcomers, if any. This is representing our water element, little finger. This is earth element, Prithvi, Jala Prithvi. Then this is Akasha, ether. And this is Vayu, air. And this is fire. So when you connect this, balancing of our elements are needed. And we have Pancha Pranas, right? Prana, Apana, Udana, Samana, Vyana. So these 5 pranas also controlling our system, all the system, like digestive system, for example, is controlled by Samana, and Vyana, blood pressure, circulation. So like that. So when, for balancing this, mudras can help along with pranayama. So when you do pranayama meditation, I will post maybe in coming days the benefit of each, the 5 main mudras. So now, only I will just name this. Now, when you, I said the first itself, this is called 3 fingers, index, middle and thumb is Vyana mudra. Okay. So 1 prana. So Vyana will be controlled, will be balanced. It will be flowing just by doing this along with pranayama, even simple deep breathing with awareness. Okay. So 1. Then second is, this is called prana mudra, little finger. So immediately after this shift here, this is, these 2 you can practice always. Most of the mudras we can do, but according to our need, you practice. This is always needed in the end. Very important mudra, prana mudra, as the very name suggests, pranavayu. So samanavayu, pranavayu. Okay. Then middle, 2 fingers. This is apanavayu, downward movement. All excretion, urination, semen, everything, going down. Balancing happens. If it is too much, you will get loose motion, etc. Like that. And another one is udana. From Vyana, you keep the middle finger above the index. That's all. No, like this. These 3 fingers. Same Vyana is like this, but if you keep the middle finger, Akasha, space on this Vayu, like this. So Udana. So this balances our Udana Vayu, going up. So belching, vomiting, all happens, and energy has to move up also needed. So if it is too much, you get vomiting, etc. That's a balancing happen. So like that, every mudra, has a connection with the Pancha Pranas, and Pancha Pranas are controlling our all the flow, all the organs through our pranavayu, our pranic energy. That's right. So with this understanding, let's use our mudra. One more is there. I think 4 only have touched. The 5th one is all the 5 together balancing as the very name. This is called Samana. Samana Vayu, or this is like a flower, like holding. So all the 5 elements, 5 pranas get balanced here. Samana Vayu is responsible for our digestion and balancing your navel chakra. area, balancing everything. Okay. Right. So whichever mudra you want, you can adopt. Take 3 deep breaths. Sitting comfortably, but spine erect. Eyes gently closed, removing the glasses if at all you are wearing. When you inhale, feel that you are taking the cosmic divine energy, not just air. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Total dedication. As you exhale, feel you are releasing all the tension, stress from every part of the body and the mind too. The body is the outer extension of the mind, and mind is the inner extension of the body. They are not different. They are manas. Okay, 2-3 times always you do. Whenever you are in tension, just closing the eyes. Release, let go. And in addition, the normal breathing, you feel that you are inhaling Om, exhaling Om. That is additional normal time, as I said, to bring the mind, wandering mind, to here and now at all times. Okay. So, Jagrata, arise, awake, be wakeful throughout the meditation. It is different from sleep. In meditation, the more we do, the less need for sleep will come. Even without sleep, there are people living. Now we'll go for Sukha Pranayama or Nadi Shuddhi, cleansing the channels. Closing the right nostril. First, Chandra Nadi, always mother preference. This is right side Surya, father, we say. Jagadapidaro Vande, Parvati Parameshwaro, Chandra Surya. Exhale fully through the left and inhale. Hold comfortable level. Exhale slowly, steadily, fully. Again. Hold for a few seconds. Comfortable level. Inhale there only. Open left nostril. This is one cycle, that is 2 breaths. Continue for 5 at least, at your own pace. With the Manasika Japa also, you can do. Om
Masters will start in a minute.
Conscious breathing. Become a witness now. And follow the instructions already given earlier days. Energy moves where your attention goes.
Om. 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 Om.